like video games. No,
like,
I mean there.
and it was like $400 when I bought my PS4. So it's like, look, man, that's not okay. And like they're racking up money. There are people that are willing to pay for it. They have $448,715 of a 50,000 goal with 867 backers. There are people that are willing to throw that money. There always are, but it's a grift. It doesn't stop it from being a grift.
No, well, it's a
grift that people want. It's the same thing with Cutco knives. It's a pyramid scheme. It's 100% a pyramid scheme. But Cutco knives are really fucking good. And so people are willing to ignore that because you're getting a good product out of it. And that's literally what's happening here. And it's the same thing that happened with Berserker. There is no reason why Boom Studios, a mainline company, should have gone to a crowdfunding platform without a finished product.
I'm of like 2 or 3 different minds about that one.
I'm not against them going to the crowdfunding platform. It legitimizes us. It does. But if you are a company like Boom that has books that are in the top 20 books on the market, maybe not consistently, but pretty much every now and again you'll see a Boom title get up there, like when Lord Drakon came out, that was easily top 20, maybe even higher, because people wanted that. People were like, holy shit, that's fucking cool, and so they went and they bought it. It did really well. So when you have a company like that is partnering up with Keanu Reeves to make a comic book, there's no way Keanu didn't offer to throw money at it to help pay for it.
Well,
just knowing the guy's character.
See, I have a theory. This is my theory based on what I've watched over the last year. I'm going to be getting into Kickstarter this year. It's one of my goals.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily for my comics, but even just for my novels.
No, crowdfunding is a great way to do it.
Absolutely. But even comics in particular, I really think a lot of people don't realize this. Kickstarter might be the #1 place comics sells right now. I don't know what happened.
I would say that that's debatable because Indiegogo has a pretty high. Kickstarter, I would agree with you a few years ago. But they had a whole bunch of scandals that drove away a good chunk of that market, and they went to Indiegogo.
Well, no,
we won't really address all of that because everyone knows about it, and we'll just rush over it. But the fact of the matter is that at the end of the day, the first comic crowdfunding game to break the $1 million barrier was not on Kickstarter.
No, it was not.
It was on Indiegogo.
But
and they have consistent books that are reaching 100,000s.
Yeah. So here's the thing, right? You're a publisher. And you're seeing this, right? You're seeing that there is.
I have no problem with them coming to the platform. That's not the issue. The issue is that you are a company that has the means to ensure that you have a complete product before you go and crowdfund. And that's where I have a problem, is the fact that their whole platform was for a book that they didn't even have completed yet. And now it's all being delayed because their initial artist jumped ship. And so they're having to redo everything. That's unacceptable. For an indie creator, fine. These things happen. We don't have the resources. Sometimes shit falls through. It happened with Buddy Lord, Sins of the Fae. His initial artist ghosted 90% of the way through. And so they're going back and redoing the art. And I will say, to their credit, not that the original artist was bad, but the new art, like, honestly, that was the best thing that could have happened to them, because the new art is fucking mind-blowingly good. If you haven't seen that campaign, you need to go look at it. The new art looks like Neil Gaiman's Sandman. It's fucking gorgeous. But Anyways, there is no reason why a company, with all of its resources that they have, should go to a crowdfunding platform without a finished product in hand.
I tend to agree with that.
Like, because it's not just a single creator. Like I don't like if it was just like, you know, Sean Gordon Murphy took Plot Holes to Indiegogo, right? Plot Holes wasn't finished when he got it up there. He had a good chunk of it, but he's doing the art himself. He's doing everything by himself. He's financing this by himself. Okay, that's still one person. Boom has people that handle their marketing for them. There are different divisions of Boom Studios. They have resources that just flat out beat anything that any one of us can do on our own, because they are a company. They are a corporate entity. There is no reason why, as a company, with all the resources they have, that they should not go to a crowdfunding platform without a completed product ready within a month after completing their campaign. It should be you fulfill the campaign. It should be, oh, you've pre-ordered this, and then within the month of of us closing the campaign, it's going to fulfillment. That's not the case. People are going to be waiting for at least a year before Berserker comes out to print.
If ever.
If ever. And that to me is unacceptable.
I think, but see,
and that's that if they don't fulfill on their new timeline, if they have to push it back again, that hurts us on the indie side.
Actually, it doesn't hurt you. It actually strengthens you. It hurts them.
I mean, like but like that's the whole thing is, if a company is going to do this on a crowdfunding platform, what can you expect from the individual creators? And I mean, it doesn't strengthen us, because there are a lot of indie creators that fuck over their audience too. There are so many books that have gone years without fulfilling.
Oh, it was interesting for me. I backed a guy I really, really like as a person years ago. I'm not going to name names, but it was interesting when I was looking for an illustrator for Hour Zero. They came to me for work. That was awkward. That was really.
I would have been like, I was like, all right, here's the deal. You can come to me for work, and I will pay you for it if you fulfill your fucking campaign to me.
Well, I didn't know what to say. Like, it was just what it was like going to be.
I wouldn't have held back at all. That's literally what I would have said. I was like, oh, you're coming to me for work.
I was okay. Dumbfounded. Like, I was legitimately dumbfounded when I got this, because it was like, why are you coming to me? You actually owe me money, right? It's like why are you even coming to me, right?
Like, are you gonna do like the first 6 pages for free? Are you gonna do the cover for free?
It would have been for his rate, because he was he's done professional work, probably 3 pages, but doesn't matter. But
I mean, that's 3 pages. Let me tell you, 3 pages is enough to put on a preview.
Yeah, it is. No, it is. It is. And I consider, but I mean, that was about like I was like I.
But at that point, it also becomes like, how can I, if you are not going to be dedicated enough to your own project to make sure that it is completed and shipped out to your consumer base, how the fuck am I supposed to trust you in completing my book?
That was why it blew me away so much, because it was like, I know what you are going to do, because I've seen firsthand. It boggled the mind. It's like, I don't even know how to touch this. Like, it wasn't even like that. Like, how do I respond? It's like, what do I respond to first? Right? And it's one of those things where it was like, wow.
Oh God, you need to